Focus on my red lights.
Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I can't go pop that thing like I'm feeling green, right? Talking to my past like focus on my red lights. Cruising to my future.
What time is it?
It's time for Breaking
the Silence. Yes, you are tuned in to your favorite talk show. That's why you watch us every day. And for those of you who are like, you're not my favorite, I don't even know who you are. Well, after today's show, we will be your favorite, okay? But let me introduce myself. I'm Shaitia.
I'm Francisca.
Uh-oh.
We're ready
so
for this show to
excited.
get going, right?
Okay, so yes, you're tuned in to Breaking the Silence, and we have a jam-packed show for you. We have some juicy topics. I think it's a little controversial. The first one, gentle parenting, nurturing with compassion.
Well, our millennials out there, I don't know what they're going to say about it.
I think
they're
it's a
gonna like
little
our
thing with
opinion.
the boomers versus the millennials.
Uh-huh.
Let's see how they feel about that. And we do also have our next topic, which is the art of building meaningful connections. So you want to get your coffee ready, you want to get your tea ready, and of course, we didn't forget we have our game, the Guess the Emoji Challenge. I'm pumped for this. Because
I
like
bet
this
you
one.
are because you're pretty fast at the
I
draw.
know.
Yes.
With guessing the
It's movie themed too, so
Yes,
she would
so-
know.
Yeah, I know. When I saw that, I was like, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
So I know we talked a lot. You're probably like, okay, let me go get my pen ready for this gentle parenting because I need some tips on how to parent gentle. Don't worry, we're gonna go on a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
Breaking the silence. Laughs. Fun. Real women, real talk. Stay tuned.
Flu is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza viruses. When people with flu cough or sneeze, you can inhale droplets that contain flu viruses. The viruses infect your cells and make copies of themselves. Flu virus infection triggers inflammation in your body, which produces flu symptoms. Severe inflammation can cause lung damage and other serious problems. Your body's immune system responds by sending proteins called antibodies to fight the infection. Some people experience serious flu complications that can lead to hospitalization and even death. Flu vaccines have been shown to reduce the risk of catching flu and may lessen the severity of symptoms. Everyone 6 months and older needs flu vaccine each year. Join the fight against flu. Learn more at cdc.gov/fightflu.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
Bro, you gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
Escúchame, en esta casa los hombres no lloran.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
Thanks for hearing me out, bro. Appreciate it.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Let's strive to grow together on Breaking the Silence.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Justification that comes with any addiction.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
But as you mature, you have to be with someone who matures with you.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
So before we get into our first topic, gentle parenting, let us do our question of the day, because it's not BTS without the question of the day. So today's question is, what movie could you quote by heart? Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet, because
I know. Oh yeah, she probably has a list.
Yes, so we want you to interact with us. So we're gonna put our QR code for you to send us a DM, and you can send it to BreakingTheSilence_Talk Show. So that way we can know what is the movie that you can quote off the top of your head, line by line, so fast. But as you're getting ready to think about that movie, let us get into today's topic, gentle parenting.
That's right.
Yes.
We are going to be breaking down gentle parenting and how it's been changing and transforming our kids, right?
Exactly, because it's not just what people think. Most people say, oh, gentle parenting, like you're not raising them properly, you're not giving them discipline. No, but it's building that parent to child connection with empathy. It's so that way your children aren't fearful of you. As soon as you step in the room, they don't have that connection to be able to talk to you, to let you know what is going on.
And we actually have a video. So if maybe you're not familiar with gentle parenting, we're going to take a look at this video just to kind of better understand it, and we'll be right back.
What is it? We're not going to have any more eggs. We're all done with the eggs. It's time to put them away. Do you want to play with the Tony socks? Want your blanket? There you go. There you go. Did you get your blanket? Yeah. And now does that feel better? Yeah. Aw, good boy. Good job.
Yeah, so you kind of like, in that 45-second video, more or less, you kind of have an idea of what gentle parenting is. But today we're going to explore like key principles, its benefits, and if you choose to actually, apply this to your family and how you can be, better off as parents.
Exactly. Because, it's not only about control. That's where the discipline, at least, when I was growing up, like, is what you say, it doesn't matter. It's like if you talk back, if you question, it was like quick, slap, quick something. So they're trying to show us that it's not about just to have control, because of course, as parents, you want to have control, but you also want to build that connection. You want to make sure that the child feel heard, have that connection with you, and feel confident to be able to go to you again over fear, because a lot of times we would do stuff and we would just be so fearful to tell our parents, to be with our parents. And we saw in the video, the mom, she didn't give in to the child's demand. She didn't say, okay, you crying, here you go back to it. But she taught him in a way like, no, it's not time for that anymore, but I understand that you're frustrated, I understand that you're sad, and I'm here to help you overcome that frustration.
Yeah, I think with gentle parenting, what's so important is that kids are given a safe space to be able to express themselves, to be able to be heard and have their feelings validated. Just like what Shaitia was saying, was back in the day when you would grow up with your parents, it's like my house, my rules, you just do what I say, don't talk back, don't argue. But I think that caused a lot of emotions to be suppressed and people to not know how to really express themselves fully or not feel safe enough to be able to express themselves. So now I think those kids that grew up in that household are now trying to go in the opposite direction and make sure that their kids are feeling safe and validated for their feelings and for their emotions.
And another thing is implementing respect. So they will have like a sense of what respect is like, because you are communicating, with them without judgment, without anger. As you said, they're going to express their emotions, but you're not going to judge them right away of what they're feeling, or if they've made something wrong, if it's something wrong. But you are there actively listening to what they feel like, what they think is right or wrong. So you're there just to be able to give them a voice, because that is one thing that, you know, not gentle parenting does, right? So gentle parenting allows you to, as you said, safe space and creating that respect for the family.
Exactly. And you know, again, it's, you still have that discipline, you know, but you go about it in a different way. So like, let's say, you know, you see your child crying. Instead of being like, what are you crying for? Stop yelling. You know, my mom would always say, I'll give you something to cry about. So instead of you have your children crying, you know, you approach them differently. You can say like, hey, I see that this upsets you. You know, I understand that you're going through something. Let's talk about it. Express to me what you're feeling right now. And that also helps the child know how to express themselves in the future. You know, that will stop a lot of anxiety, a lot of things that people are going through, mental health issues as well, because they don't know how to express or how to go through the emotions that they're feeling.
Yeah, I think that is something really important with gentle parenting, because as you said, when you were younger, you would get hit or you would get punished, but you never understood why. Like why that was happening, why you couldn't do X, Y, and Z. It was just because that's what your parents said and that's what you had to do. So with gentle parenting, it's not only like helping them to understand their emotions, but understanding the why behind why they can't do X, Y, and Z, or why this choice is better than the next. You know, with brothers and sisters, they always want to fight, they always want to argue, they always want to, you know, hit each other. It's just like a rite of passage when you're growing up. You know, if you don't have that kind of relationship with your brother and sister at least once in your life, you might want to look into that. But then with gentle parenting, it's like, okay, we don't hit, we don't use our hands to express ourselves, we use our words. And so you're teaching the kid, like, you don't resolve your issues with your hands, but you use your words to be able to express yourself.
And another key thing is they learn their natural outcome of, you know, the problems, right? For example, if they hit another kid, what's going to be that outcome? They will learn that, okay, that child got hurt, she cried, so next time don't do the same. You know, they would see the outcome. For example, they forgot something, you know, lunch or their snacks. So what happens? They're not going to have any lunch. So next time they'll learn how to, they'll remember and they'll learn how to bring it. So when they see the natural outcome of their action, they will learn that, hey, this is not something good, it's not something right, so next time I'm going to do like the opposite or something different.
Exactly. And you know, studies have shown that kids who feel understood and validated are more likely to grow into emotional stable adults and resilient adults. And we actually have a video of just teaching like the boomers, you know, the older generation, this art of gentle parenting. So let's watch this video.
Be careful. We don't say be careful anymore. Instead say, what's your plan here?
I don't even know my plan. Do you know your plan?
Don't stop. Hit your sister. Don't say stop, say gentle.
Gentle what?
Gentle hands.
Gentle hands? What else is gentle?
Everything. Gentle everything.
I am so proud of you.
You're not supposed to tell kids you're proud of them anymore.
Why not?
Well, that's putting the focus on you.
What?
I'm so proud. Don't say that.
What should I say instead?
You should be so proud.
I am so proud.
No, it's back on you again.
Hey, hurry up, we gotta go.
Don't rush. We're fine. Don't rush her. Fine.
I thought we were in a hurry.
If you rush children, it makes them anxious. No hurry. You always rushed us, and I'm anxious.
Never rushed you. We were always late.
Exactly, and I was anxious because we were always late.
What am I supposed to say then?
Gentle.
This way, good job.
Good choice.
Thank you.
No, say good choice.
Watch out.
Do you feel safe here?
I don't feel safe about any of this. Be careful.
Gentle.
Gentle. Don't use hands.
Gentle hands.
My goodness, I give it up to the parents with this gentle parenting, because it really does have to take some patience. And you really got to just hold your nerves sometimes, because I'm sure those kids could definitely push your nerves. But gentle. But another thing with gentle parenting is active listening. To be active, to be present when your child is talking about something that they are feeling or something that is upsetting them. And it's important to use the words like I feel, I want, I need, so that you're expressing what you need, what you want, and not being accusative to the child, to the one that is in need, saying you always, you do this, you do that, you do, because it doesn't sound good coming, and it makes the child feel less than. So it's important for you to use the words I need you to do X, Y, and Z. I need you to not do this, so that then the kid can understand, like, okay, my mom feels this way, so let me do this instead.
And I think active listening is so important because a lot of times children don't feel heard. Especially as children, it's like everybody's like, oh, you're a child, like, what do you know? But like when you listen to your child, you make them feel as if they're important, you make them feel heard, so that way they're able to talk more, they're able to communicate more because they know my mom or my dad is listening. They care about what I think. It's not I'm just a child, but I'm important to them, and it will help the relationship with the parents grow.
Yeah, and when you do that, when you listen to them, doesn't necessarily mean that they have the final say. You're just encouraging them to make decisions, although again, not necessarily that whatever they say is what you're going to follow through, or you're also encouraging independence, because we need it as a child. They need to learn how to make decisions, small decisions. Okay, pick up my toys and put it on this side, or independence. When they fall, no one is there to pick them up. They get up, and then they learn like small steps, right? Things that are in their age, at their mind, that I'm doing it on my own, and you're teaching them how to do that by not yelling, hey, you cannot do that. Hey, that is not the proper way to do it, because there's no explanation. They're not able to understand. And growing up, they're just like, okay, it's like a normal reaction for them. I cannot do that because my mom says so, not because I understood what it meant,
Exactly.
And there's so many positive to gentle parenting, because like you said, it teaches the kids a lot of lessons that they can carry on. And so in the Journal of Family and Psychology was saying that children that are raised with this kind of parenting they're more emotionally secure. They are able to function in society much better than if you were in a household where your feelings were suppressed, and what you were feeling, what you wanted to do in life wasn't suppressed so much.
Exactly.
And stronger bonds as well, because again, if there's fear, right, involved, you're not able to form that bond, because you're not able to openly communicate to the parent. As a child, you're just afraid, okay, mom is going to say that I did something, or mom is going to judge me, basically. But when you're able to express, when the child is able to express, it means that they have that bond with the mom, child, or whoever is caregiving.
Exactly. So we want to hear from you. Have you tried gentle parenting? How are things going? Is it easy? And you have to understand that you need to take it step by step, day by day. You're not gonna always get it perfect. Parenting is not just, this rules and you have to follow it through. But practice, see what works for you. So we're gonna go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna play the emoji game. I'm so excited. If y'all can't tell, I'm so excited.
Laugh, learn, and love with Breaking the Silence. We'll be right back.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check. Talk to doctor now and share it. Get it, slip it, cuff it, check. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it? Slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
Yes, it is about that time to play this game. I hope you interact with us. I hope you can tell us which ones you get right, which ones you get wrong. So let us get right into it and let's see the first one.
Are we ready for it?
Apollo 13.
I couldn't even look at the picture.
What?
I was still processing what
I thought there was gonna be a clip. What is going on? I know. What is wrong with me? That's why I was waiting. I was like, huh? I really thought it was a clip. But anyways, so that is scratch. Okay, let's scratch that. That's not counted.
Let's wipe the board. Let's start over.
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
Oh, man.
How did you get that so fast?
I don't know.
Well, at the 13 and then the rocket ship, so yeah.
How did that?
Okay. So let's see the next one. Let's see if
we can get this running. It's not a clip, Angeli. It's
it's gonna be an actual slide.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Oh. It was Forrest Gump.
Is it Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, the Blair Witch.
Oh, the Blair Witch Project. Okay,
because they had the camcorder and they were running in the woods,
I thought it was
making
really
their
fun.
own.
Yeah, I don't watch scary movies, so I probably would never have gotten that.
I don't know if you qualify that as scary.
Yeah.
Well, nobody.
I mean, some people got kind of when they thought that it was real.
Yeah.
But then once they realized that it was not a real movie.
Well, anything like that, I'm kind of like staying away from. Like anything.
So you don't like the horror?
No, not at all.
So,
I'm a Disney baby.
Just a baby. You're just a baby.
So those movies are a little bit too much for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see the next one.
Let us take a look.
Pretty Woman.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is Pretty Woman.
How?
Because
why is there
Pretty Woman? Because she would be in the bath in the
movie.
movie, and she's laying in the hotel.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I need a 1 there.
Huh?
I need a 1 on my
What?
It's okay.
All right.
You win a lot too.
Well, now Angeli knows which movie she needs to watch.
Yes.
Okay.
But yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's
our
look
next
at our
one.
next one.
Ding ding. Ding ding.
Psycho.
Scream.
Oh, it could be
Knife.
Scream. Which one?
Knife.
Scream or Psycho?
There might be
Objects.
I know. Scream.
Okay.
Scream.
I thought it was Psycho with the guy when he's
People still walk around with the Scream mask.
Yeah.
You see that? People are still obsessed with that.
Yeah, and how many
I'm
spin-offs
sorry,
did
but
they
they've had
have?
so many series, so many different
sequels and all of that.
I'm like, come on now, you lost me.
You
after
know,
the
that's
second
like
one
with the
little
Friday
hands.
the 13th one. Even Jamie Lynn Spears was like so, not Jamie Lynn Spears, but whatever her, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
She's so old now, but she's still in the show.
Well, they probably wanted to put
like
same
she's
person.
like, she's old.
Because you just said she's old, so let us scratch it. Let's move on.
I hope she's not watching us. Okay.
All right.
Okay, the next one.
Let's see the next one.
Men in Black?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it's Men in Black.
All right. Men in Black, that's a good one.
Yeah,
But
it's
also
funny.
the same thing. Like 1 and 2,
Yeah,
we
was
could do.
good.
Yeah.
After
But
that, it
it's
was
just whenever
No, I
they
mean like
do
originals
more-
and then the sequels usually just
Yeah. I think they just try to get as much money from a name as
Well, because it's still hype. Like
Yeah.
everybody still likes
And they
it,
take
so go
advantage
and
of
see.
that, you
Same
know.
thing with
But
Fast and the
doesn't-
Furious.
Fast and
I don't know.
Furious, yeah.
I love Fast and
Me
Furious.
too, but like over time,
all
it
of
kind of
them
like
in the theater.
The first 2 is okay, but then
No,
when Paul,
I go to the
what is
theater.
it,
So
after Paul.
Yeah, after
no
Paul
more.
Walker died.
Yeah, no more.
I said nope.
But that was the last. The last one.
I don't know.
The last
I
one was
stopped
the
watching
last
after 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Okay.
see. Where's our
Our
next?
one?
Rush Hour.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you do like wait till
I
I
put myself on the map. Thank you so much. All right, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
So
Ninja Rush.
Rush Hour. Those I don't like those movies. Very much.
I liked it.
Nah,
I think he was so funny. I think.
know, but it's like that slapstick kind of funny.
Do you
Slapstick
understand the
comedy.
words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This is
we
our
got
last
our
one.
last one.
You ready for me to take the win, guys? Just asking.
Silence of the
Lambs.
Lambs. I said it first.
We said it all the three of us.
I said it
No,
first.
all three.
Silence
No,
of the
it was the three of
It's
us.
who
All of
said
us.
it first.
All
Who
of
said
us.
it first? It's who said
Okay,
it
the
first.
crew gets
All
to
of us
decide.
said it first. I said it first.
I got it.
Huh?
Okay,
we need a tiebreaker for both of you.
favoritism. Because we said it.
I said
Oh
it
yeah. Okay,
first.
fine. You got.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
There
you got
you go.
the point.
Oh, boo.
Silence of the Lambs.
All right.
Okay.
I remember that movie.
Well,
my movie was.
I didn't watch
interesting.
it.
I watched it. I've watched that movie several times.
That's like
I just saw the
Children of the
emoji.
Corn too.
No, but this one is not like Children.
I don't know.
You don't
I
like
don't know.
Children of the Corn?
I don't know, guys, but
Any
you
of
won.
those
But
scary
all I
type
know is
movies.
that I won.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You were a little
I
skeptical
have
and you
been
thought that you
winning
were
these
not.
past 2 games. Finally.
Yeah.
Because before, forget about it, I was not taking the win. But now
you won.
I got my crown.
Now she got
All
her
right.
crown.
Okay.
She is the queen of the emoji challenge.
Now you know.
Finally, 'cause I
by
was
the
for
age, right?
Oh.
Let's wrap it up.
Do you
The
see
90s movie.
My
We're just a
age, what you
baby.
mean?
We're just a baby.
No, you're supposed to know classics. You're supposed to know classics.
Hey, yeah,
Don't
but I
come
was
from my
not
age.
even born yet.
Okay, so
Don't come from
before this go out of here,
We're gonna
let us
continue
go
it,
on
you know,
a
behind
quick
the scenes.
break.
I'm gonna have to show them how old
And
I am.
we'll
in
be
just a
back with
second.
our next topic about networking and building connections. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
Real women, real talk. Breaking the silence is where stories become connections. Let's break the silence together.
Life gets busy, and sometimes you miss your favorite show. But for all of you fans of the Breaking the Silence program, we've got you covered. Introducing watch.ulfn.org/Breaking the Silence. It's your go-to destination to catch up on all the Breaking the Silence program episodes that you've missed. With a few simple clicks, relive the deep conversations, the fascinating topics, the laughter, and the thrills that only Breaking the Silence can provide. You can satisfy that itch for more at watch.ulfn.org/Breaking the Silence. Our easy-to-use interface enables you to choose which of your favorite episodes to watch at your convenience. Breaking the Silence, a woman's talk show to inspire and motivate. Get ready for a journey of empowerment, inspiration, and unfiltered conversations. Welcome to Breaking the Silence.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Breaking the Silence is back. Let's keep the conversation going.
And we're back to talking about building connections. And you see, I mixed the words together because we got to connect with each other. We got to build those networks. So this is the art of networking. And it's so important for us to network with each other because it's an essential skill. Because you never know what that person that you met at this meeting maybe 5-10 years ago, tomorrow they may be your boss. They may be someone who goes into business with you. They may be someone who's essential in your life, and you made that connection with them, regardless of where you are, regardless if it's online, regardless if it's in the grocery store like me, regardless of where you are. It's so important to network nowadays.
Yeah, and networking is not just about exchanging and collecting business cards, right? But it's about building long-lasting relationships, because at the end of the day, that's how you're going to have your business grow. That's how you're going to be able to develop things, is by going out and networking and not just collecting a whole bunch of cards.
Yeah, because you could be that person who collects every card from that room, but if you don't know how to network effectively and efficiently, you're not going to get any, meaningful connection or meaningful network. So make sure that today we're going to discuss some tips, strategies, and how they can network effectively.
Exactly. And again, it's not only just in person, but you can also network online, because it's essential for not only your career, because a lot of people say, oh no, it's just for my career growth, but it's also for your personal growth. Maybe you see that you like this new opportunity, you have this passion that you want to go, because we see a lot of our guests, they start their businesses with passion. And then they grow up because they network with the other person, but they're growing too because they're learning how to be this new person, how to be this business owner, because many times you start up small. You don't know what you're doing, and then you meet someone who knows what they're doing, and then you work with them, you learn from them, and you grow, you get the tools, the knowledge that you need to keep moving forward.
Yeah, because when I've always thought about networking, I just think like you're in a room with a whole bunch of people and like just exchanging small talk, and it just doesn't seem like it would really be that fruitful. But really, I've known some people that started with a small business in real estate, and then they started going to these networking events, just trying to find clients, trying to find real estate, but they never saw anything going any further than that. And now they have multiple businesses, they have multiple connections in so many different areas than they would have ever imagined, having because of these networking. So it's like not only networking for your business, but like you mentioned, networking for personal growth. How many of our guests that have been on our show or that we've heard about women going to these networking events to better themselves so they can be better for their family, they can be better for their company. And there you find somebody else who has a different perspective on things that can teach you. And it's like where you're weak, you can find somebody who's strong, and then y'all can network together to grow together, because it's like when you go to these events, people are all on the same page. They want to grow. Whatever area of their life they want to grow, and they're willing and open to receive it. So that's why it's so important to get these connections and not just be like cold, oh, just give me your business card, I'll reach out to you, and never do. These people really want to have long-lasting connections.
Yeah, and when you have that strong professional network, like one of the guests that we had here on the show said that I surround myself with a lot of mentors because they've been in business for so many, for so long, and I can learn from each one of them. Whatever one can offer and the other one can offer, that I could benefit, especially if you're just starting. If you're just, starting and you don't know anything about business, it's important to build this connection. Surround yourself with people who are, who know more, who have experience of the field, because they're going to be teaching you one or two. And another one, you can actually do that as well to other people who are going to be just starting their business.
And as we're talking about this, I remember this case of a young man. He lived in a different country in London, and you know, he didn't have the best growing up. So what he did, he would see the nice houses, the mansions, and he started going to each house one by one, knocking on the door, asking them, hey, what do you do to live in this house? And one day he met a guy, and the guy was like, okay, this is what I do. But the guy gave him an internship at his company. The guy paid for him to go to college. The guy allowed him to work in his company. Even to today, they still have this great commitment with each other, because it's not only about, oh yeah, here's my information, here's my contact, but they built a relationship with each other. They built that growth where the mentor, as you said, was willing to teach him, to say like, hey, okay, yes, you're interested, okay, let me show you what to do. You know, instead of me just telling you, hey, this is what I do, but I'm gonna show you what to do. And as you can see, that studies have shown that a strong professional network can significantly increase your chances of career success. Because as I said, this guy, you know, a random guy just went to him. Imagine if he just stayed home, if he didn't think. And that shows that you don't have to just stick to one type of networking. You can network anywhere, because you never know where that opportunity is going to come from.
Yes, and like we've talked about many times on the show, when you're building connections with people, you want to be an active listener. You want to ask the questions, to get to know the people, to really show a genuine interest in who you're talking to not just be cold and to be kind of like standoffish with the person, but to ask genuine questions, to be genuinely concerned and interested in what they're talking about, because that is what's going to build these genuine relationships. And then you get to have this bond with that person, and then it will, like you said, it will open so many more doors. I know that even if you say, well, I don't like talking to people, I don't like small talk, you know, I get anxious when I have to talk in front of people, but it's important if you want to grow your business, if you want to even grow your own self, if you want to change inside, then you need to network, you need to reach out. And the best way to do that is active listening. And I've heard so many people say, you know, people's favorite topic is themselves. So like if you are a person who is afraid to speak up, is afraid to like be interactive with people, like it gives you anxiety, then that is your key right there. Don't even worry about what you're gonna say about yourself. Constantly ask the person you're talking to about themselves, and they will go on for days. And all you got to do is just kind of repeat what they're saying back to you, and then continue to ask them questions. But it's the best way for you to network, and before you know it, you're going to have somebody there in your pocket that you can always reach out to for other help, right?
And with networking as well, you can't just be ready to receive and receive and receive. You also need to give. Since you are receiving, you know, all the advices, all the mentorship, all the, you know, leadership skills that you've been receiving through networking, be that valuable resource as well, because there in that room or in that networking event, in that conference, there will be someone there who was you before, right? When you started, a newbie, a beginner in business. So be that resource for that person. You know, you cannot be only receiving. So give and be a medium to that networking, to that connection, because once you do that, they would see that you're also genuine, because you're not only genuine when you're just constantly like, okay, what's your interest? You know, how is your business? But when you also give, right? When you also give to the other person, because even though you're a beginner or you're just like beginning in the field, you still have something to offer on the table that, you know, maybe those who are in the field have been so long, but they would see a fresh mind, you know, fresh ideas, fresh perspective. So you can also, you know, put in your ideas there on the table.
And it feels more natural, you know, instead of you just like taking, you give, it makes the other person feel comfortable, like, wow, this is a productive conversation. When they're just like, when you're just like, okay, let me write this down, let me take these notes, then the person just feels like they're teaching like a lecture or something, you know, they don't really feel like they're having a genuine conversation. And you know, you can go to so many different things. Maybe you're like, okay, I want to network, but I don't know where to go. I don't know how to start networking. Okay, so you can go to conferences, you can go to seminar, workshops, you can even see events maybe that your company is offering if you work in a big company or even a small company. company, see types of events that company offers, and then you can go there, and there you will meet new people, you can talk to them, and then you can work with them, and then later on maybe like, hey, I like this conversation, can we follow it up at a lunch or a coffee date or something like that, so we can keep brainstorming with each other.
And you don't even have to wait for conferences, because conferences sometimes can be far off or be far away from the city that you're in. I mean, they have things that you can download now right onto your phone, like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great platform for you to be able to build connections with professionals and to be able to get different insight from them. So LinkedIn is a great resource. They have other professional apps, other ways for you to stay connected with other professionals. You don't always have to wait for conferences to be able to reach out to the people, but it's important for you to have multiple different avenues and places for you to be able to draw the inspiration, to be able to get the connections and networking with people. Even if you see, hey, they're over there in a business that I have no interest in whatsoever, like I'm not going to speak with them, don't knock it, because then maybe one day you'll need that reference. Maybe they'll give you, like you said, that fresh idea. So definitely try to utilize every area as possible to be able to network and to grow, your group of people.
Exactly.
And research as well, to be a member of professional organizations, because, membership, it's a reason why that is a closed organization only for members, because they're giving valuable training, valuable skills training, or other events that could go on in that organization. So make sure you do your research as well, like, in your area, in your community, in that field, whichever you can join, because you can learn. Again, as Francisca said, you don't need to wait for a conference or maybe even online. If you are somebody, a type of person who's always wanting to face-to-face connection, so being a member to one of these professional organizations will be a key.
And also volunteering. You can never go wrong with volunteering, because you never know where you're going to meet. You're doing something maybe like a food bank, or just packaging, and maybe in your mind, no, I'm just going to give back. But you never know who you're going to meet there when you go to volunteer, because a lot of people, they go volunteering thinking the same. I want to help the community. And then you meet someone there, you get to talking while you're packing your bags. I remember I spoke to somebody at the hospital. I was waiting in the emergency room, and I was just talking to them, and they owned a business, and so they was kind of like giving me, and I was like maybe 20 years old. I don't know nothing about businesses, especially back then. But then I was giving them tips like, hey, what if you give back to the community? You do this, you do that. So you never know, like, you go there for one purpose, but you never know who you will meet, and as the conversation flows, you never know what will come up in that conversation.
And the follow-up is what is so important, because if you get the contacts of the people, then you don't follow up with them, you don't send them an email, you don't reach out to them every once in a while, you're going to lose that connection. So it's so important for you to, once you meet them at the conference, once you talk to them, you build that kind of rapport with them, send them a follow-up email. Just, hey, it was nice speaking with you, kind of touch on the talking points that y'all briefly spoke on. And then if months pass and you haven't talked to that person, send them a follow-up email, just like, hey, how you doing? Kind of just touching base with them, to always stay in their mind, because you never want to lose a connection that you built.
Yeah. And how do you master the art of conversation? One of the things is you got to be prepared to, whether it's, in the supermarket, as Shaitia always says, or maybe whether it's in the streets, or you're running into someone from a long time ago. You need to be ready to be able to give a summary, but in a fun way, in a very, like, even if you're given a minute, you can already summarize your professional goals in a very engaging way, because you don't want to bore them and they're like, okay, bye, like, see you maybe next time, or maybe not, right? Because you always want to be prepared in that, like, already have it in your mind that whoever I meet, if I get the opportunity, if I get the chance, I'll be able to pitch it to them, and they'll be engaged to know more about it.
Exactly. And you want to make sure you ask insightful questions, show interest in the topics that they're talking about, but also listen, make eye contact with the person. Don't just be like, oh, okay, asking questions just to ask questions, but show that you're engaged in that conversation with them, because they're going to feel more comfortable, more relaxed, and they're going to be able to talk more and feel free to give you tips and things like that.
And being authentic and genuine, right? Everybody wants someone who's sincere, authentic, genuine. If you don't know anything, ask. If you know it, okay, let them know about it, that you know it. If you don't know, don't be afraid to say, I don't know. Because the more you try to like pretend that you know things, you're gonna be in trouble.
Exactly.
So just be authentic and be genuine.
Exactly. And as you can see, networking is not a one type of thing. It takes a lot. You cultivate it. You have to be consistent wherever you go. See how you can network. And as you build up your network contacts, you're going to see that your life is going to move forward. But we're going to go to our question of the day, because we did not forget. Let us know what your answer to the question of the day is. So if you forgot the question of the day, let us bring it up really quickly what the question of the day is. So the question of today was, what movie could you quote by heart? And our first answer, because we have some of you lovely people already wrote in, Holes. Whenever my kids are tired of their chores, I tell them, well, that's too darn bad. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Yes, I definitely watched that movie a lot growing up, and I read the book too, so yes.
I don't even know. I don't know. All right, let's do the next one. The next comment from Bubba Gump. Okay. Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Okay. You also got like,
I mean, you can't say that without.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
All right, Bubba.
Okay.
Bubba Gump. We have our next one coming from Bert. Star Wars. I say this to my son till this day. Luke, I am your father.
I hope your son named is Luke, because if not, that'll be a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, but Angelique, which one?
For me is, okay, I have it written down. You're waiting for a train that'll take you far, far away. Can you guess which movie it is? It's from the actor Leonardo DiCaprio from the movie Inception.
Yes.
I don't know, I love that movie. So I just love the concept of it and how it all, like, I love it. I love it. All dreams and stuff like that.
Okay.
Inception. How about you?
Francisca.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. Or forever. Forever. You don't know that one?
No.
The Sandlot. The Sandlot is a great movie.
I really do like that
when
movie,
I was a
but
little
I cannot
kid,
quote that.
When I was a little, not because of my age, okay? But when I was little, I used to watch that movie all the time. And then that was like phrases that me and my brother would always tell each other. So it just stays like embedded in my mind. I'll just say it out of nowhere. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Killing me.
I don't know if you guys will get mines, but okay. Dishonor. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. Dishonor on your whole family.
Your cow?
Yes, it's from Mulan.
Mulan.
It's from Mulan.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
or Be a Man. To this day, I will randomly start singing the Be a Man song, because that song is just like my absolute favorite song on Disney.
I don't know that.
Okay,
I don't
after
think
the
I've
show,
seen
I am going to play her the Be a Man song, so that way
She's going to be stuck in her head.
Yes, it's amazing.
The Sandlot is where it's at.
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I really liked it, especially with the neighbor, and like, they were always afraid to go over
To the dog, and the dog was not that
he
scary.
was so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the neighbor, the one that was grumpy, he was nice too.
They're always nice afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just the kids get scared.
Okay. Well, that is our answer to the question of the day. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
The show isn't over yet. Don't change the channel. We will be Breaking the Silence.
Need a ride? Yeah!
Driving with kids is a big responsibility.
Hop in and buckle up!
So don't sweat the small stuff.
You got paint all over our paper!
Get the big stuff right instead.
What does that mean?
Like making sure your kids are in the correct car seat and buckled up for safer travel.
That deserves a wiggly wiggly wig.
To make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Breaking the silence is where ripples become waves of change. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
So I hope you enjoyed today's show, especially with the gentle parenting segment, because you know, I had a misconception of gentle parenting. You know, I thought like you would see the kids in the supermarket, they just lie there on the floor,
tantrum.
and you're just like, what are they doing? But you really do see the benefits of the children as they grow up because they feel more connected with their parents. They have this, you know, genuine relationship that at least me, I didn't have that relationship until I got older to understand like, oh, now I understand why you did this, why you did that. But when I was young, you don't really understand those things.
Because it can be really hard when you're used to one thing and then you'll have to, especially like for millennials now, imagine them as a child growing up in a completely different parenting style, and now they have to parent their own kids gently, you know, so they have to get that that shift in mind, and also not to remember, oh, this is what my mom did, my dad did, or my grandpa or whatever, and then now I have to be like that one, gentle hands, gentle, just switch it all up.
I think that there's pros and cons to gentle parenting. Of course, we talk about gentle parenting, which is good because there's so many pros to it, but you really have to be careful with the way that you gentle parent, because there needs to still be boundaries, and the kid still needs to understand that you are the parent and that there must be respect. As we talked about before, it's like respect. Because you see a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, especially on social media, that talk about gentle parenting, but their kids are running them over. So it's like past the respect.
Like passive.
Like there's no respect. Like the parent has turned into the child, and the child has, kind of gotten control over the parent. So you kind of have to be careful
balance,
with the
to have that balance. Like, you don't want to be too much, because I understand they're like, no, I have all this trauma, like the lady was saying, I have anxiety because you always rush me. So you don't want to be too much like your parents was, but you also don't want to withhold it. You want to make sure you have that balance and know what works for you. As we say, parenting is up to your choice, your discretion, because they're your children. They're not our children. We don't know how they are. What works for you may not work for us. And of course, the networking, learning that it's not just you have to go to a conference room or you have to just take business cards, but there's completely different ways for us to network.
It's all about building connections and relationships. And you know what the best way is to build relationships and connections? When you're watching watching Kings.
Exactly.
Yes, you need to be watching Kings Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And our favorite recaps, which are Saturday and Sunday for all of the busy women and men out there. Maybe you were networking and you weren't able to watch, so you'll be able to watch on the weekend, right?
Yes, you can tell everybody about Kings. Maybe that will be our next thing we can quote off the top of our head.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
because we just watch it so much. But ladies, I think it's about that time
It's
for
about
us
that
to
time.
say bye.